Hey, everybody, it's Mike from the Mike Wagner Show, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. Looking at a professional website without breaking your budget? Sonic Web Studios is the answer. Sonic Web Studios offers fast, affordable custom web designs that blow the competition away. Call today, 1-800-303-3960. That's 1-800-303-3960. Or email to support@sonicwebstudios.com. Mention the Mike Wagner Show, get 20% off your first project. Sonic Web Studios, take your image to the next level. Also, time to give official shout out to our official sponsor of the Mike Wagner Show, international warring author Mia Molson-Zia. If you love fast-paced mysteries, you love Missing by Mia Molson-Zia, available on Amazon in paperback and ebook. Missing is fast-paced and intriguing with an unforgettable twist. Takes place in 4 countries, 2 strangers, 1 target, where truth is illusion and those you love will be the first to go missing. It's available on Amazon in paperback and ebook. Missing by Mia Molson-Zia has garnered great reviews and even loved and enjoyed by Howard celebrities, including Joanna Cassie, Forbes Riley, and many others. So grab your copy today for goes Missing by Mia Molson-Zia, available on Amazon. Also, check out the Mike Wagner Show at themikewagnershow.com on over 30 podcast platforms, including Facebook, SoundCloud, Spreaker, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. Also, Anchor FM, iTunes, Google Play, Amazon, Audible, Apple Music, and more. Take the Mike Wagner Show on any mobile device. Subscribe to the Mike Wagner Show on the YouTube channel. Follow the Mike Wagner Show on Instagram and Twitter today. And for great gift ideas, go to Amazon.com and check out the Mike Wagner Show podcast, T-shirts, pop sockets, throw pillows, tote bags, and more. Amazon.com and check out the Mike Wagner Show podcast. And for more great gift ideas, go to Amazon.com/Mia Molson-Zia for great books like Missing, Once, and Wrinkles. Also cool merchandise like T-shirts, pop sockets, hoodies, phone cases, and more. Amazon.com/Mia Molson-Zia. Check it out today. Also, don't forget to support the Mike Wagner Show on Anchor FM, PayPal, and the MikeWagnerShow.com. Make sure you give generously today. We're here with a wonderful gentleman who we had on the Mike Wagner Show. He's back by popular demand. He's the founder of the American Medical Institute or Meditation Institute, or the AMI, and author of several books, including Your Conscience, The Key to Unlock Limitless Wisdom and Creativity and Solve All of Life's Challenges. We had a great discussion about that. And they recently held their 3rd annual National Conscience Month with the goal of encouraging individuals across the nation to practice consciously, using their conscience as their guide. And there's a lot of Pinocchios out there, I'm sure. So, and of course, this wonderful institute has also provided comprehensive training in the world's oldest holistic and mind and body medicine, centered around the one principle of the human conscience, and to unlock limitless wisdom and creativity to solve all the life's challenges. And we'll talk about that. And of course, every month is National Conscience Month. And live, ladies and gentlemen, from the Plus Studios in his beautiful office, the amazing author of Your Conscience and the founder of the American Meditation Institute. And of course, let's just follow your guide, ladies and gentlemen. Here's Dr. Leonard Perlmutter back again. Dr. Leonard, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Thanks for joining us once again.
Oh, it's my pleasure to be back. Thank you for the invitation, Mike.
Well, of course, you had to think about it, and we just simply said that we would love to have you back. But first, we had to ask, should we have him back or not? And we reached out and he said yes. So we followed step by step. And of course, we talked about it last time. I think it was around before we're going to turn the clock, was it to 2022? And we made a commitment not to do anything on New Year's or resolutions. And I have to say this, I did not make any, and I feel great about it. So
good. But you were doing experiments, so that's excellent. You're doing small experiments, and you continue, and that will just continue to grow.
And certainly will too. And of course, you had your 3rd annual National Conscience Month with the goal of encouraging individuals across the nation to practice consciously, using their conscience as their guide. And that took place last month. And you can just give us some of the highlights about that. And of course, it's not just, just like last month, it can be any month you can start your National Conscience Month.
Well, that's what I was thinking myself, is that it doesn't matter what the calendar says, because we all need to use our conscience as our guide, regardless of what month it is, or what day it is, or what time it is, because all of life is relationships, and every relationship requires an action, and every action brings about a consequence that can lead us to the happiness, the health, and security that each of us deeply desires, or will delay the prospect. So it's always a good idea to begin to experiment with our conscience to determine our thoughts, our words, and our deeds. And if we can do that, and if those experiments are relatively easy, we will enjoy a pleasure. Our ego will experience a unique pleasure. Our senses will experience a pleasure, and so will our unconscious mind. And all three of those functions of the mind will then trust me more in the next relationship. So it's just very contagious and it just grows. But we have to remember, don't take on too much too soon. If you never exercised or build any kind of muscle, the last thing you would do is to go into a gym, join a club, and try to lift 200 pounds. Without having any experience, it would injure you. But if you have a desire with no experience, then you begin to experiment with a couple of pounds, and then a couple more pounds, and then a couple more pounds. And within a couple of weeks, a month, you're lifting substantial weight and you feel stronger.
Mm-hmm.
But you have to remember, and that's very important, especially in our culture that is always suggesting go to extremes, go to extremes. No, no, no. That's an oxymoron. What we want to do is we want to learn to love ourselves by not taking on too much too soon.
Mm-hmm. And that's a very good reminder as well, too, about the National Conscience Month. And it was also well attended as well, too. And how many people attended, what you guys talked about, some of the discussions, and what people came away with.
Well, I think a lot of the discussion centered around the four primitive fountains. Now, the four primitive fountains affect all animals, of which we know we are one. We are a human animal. So, as a human animal, we are subject to the four primitive fountains. And what are those four primitive fountains? Food, sex, sleep, and self-preservation, also known as fear. So when we begin experimenting, and that's what our panelists discussed, different kinds of relationships, and those relationships related to the four primitive fountains for food, sex, sleep, and self-preservation in thought, word, and deed. And so the whole idea with understanding about those four primitive fountains is that we don't want to have too much of any one of them, nor too little. Not too much, not too little food, sex, sleep, or self-preservation. It's about balance, what physicians and modern medical industry calls homeostasis. It's about balance.
Mm-hmm.
And so we had very different panelists of different ages and different experiences, but they all shared in certain kinds of situations where their emotional buttons were being pushed as regard to the food choices that they were about to eat, or whether or not to have sex with this particular person, or how much sleep to get, or whether I should worry or not. During those experiments, they shared with us, they talked about using their conscience, and they felt better physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. And this is all outlined in the book, Your Conscience.
And then how does one person maintain balance, or how do they know that they're out of balance?
They know that they're out of balance because they're filled with stress. They're filled with anxiety. And if it's left unattended, they're also dealing with a lot of physical pain. Or they have a painful relationship with someone. Because pain is the messenger of the outstretched hand of the supreme intelligence that we refer to as what? G-O-D,
Hmm.
tapping us on the shoulder with a little pain to advise us for our highest and greatest good, we need to make a mid-course correction. It's not very different than when we're driving to visit somebody that we have never been to that address before and we don't know how to get there. We don't have the driving instructions. But now we do have in our automobiles and trucks what they call the GPS
Hmm.
system. So when I'm about to leave, I put in the address and then a little voice I can hear as I'm driving. Turn right at the next intersection, turn left. But if I override the choice made by GPS by accident or otherwise, and I turn left rather than their explanation of and recommendation of turning right, what do I hear? I hear GPS say to me, recalculating, recalculating.
Oh, that's too familiar. And of course, I remember the GPS with those maps as well, too. It's like, no, turn this way, that way. Just flip it all over.
Yeah, but GPS is always looking out for us, always looking to get us to the address where we're looking to go. And what is that address? Happiness, health, and security.
Mm,
So
that
the
is
conscience will be our guide in that respect.
Yes, it is. That's right. And of course, not only the fact that you also enforce those, you also have a goal to build and activate a national movement that embraces the role of conscience-driven choices, and of course, offering an opportunity for citizens to work in partnership with governments and more. It's not just walking out of there feeling good, but also just taking it to the next level as well.
Well, we really need all of us to pay attention because there's a crisis going on.
Hmm.
It's a crisis in education. And what is the crisis in education? The crisis in education has to do with what we're taught in school. I know my experience has been that the primary curriculum that we have been given in school is simply to memorize other people's opinions or findings. And if you can memorize enough and be tested on it and pass those tests at a certain point, the school will give us a degree. And that degree theoretically will enable us to get a better paying job.
Hmm.
But all those things that we've memorized are not necessarily true nor good for us, you see. And
Hmm.
so, what we really need in our educational system now is to teach people from a very early age about the conscience and how to use their conscience as their guide for making choices in the world.
Mm, that is rather interesting. And of course, one of my memories of school as well, too, it's going to be painful. Wrong answer, like that. Yes.
Right, right.
Oh my gosh, yes. And of course, do we still need algebra? I guess that's another question. That's another debate we'll talk about as well too. And of course, we'll talk more about the American Medical Institution, more about National Conscience Month, and more about the book Your Conscience in just 1 minute. But first, listen to the Mike Wagner Show at the MikeWagnerShow.com, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. Looking at a professional website without breaking your budget, Sonic Web Studios is the answer. Sonic Web Studios offers fast, affordable custom web designs that blow the competition away. Call today, 1-800-303-3960. That's 1-800-303-3960. Or email to support@sonicwebstudios.com. Mention the Mike Wagner Show, get 20% off your first project. Sonic Web Studios, take your image to the next level. Also, time to give official shout out to our official sponsor of the Mike Wagner Show, international warring author Mia Molson-Zia. If you love fast-paced mysteries, you'll love Missing by Mia Molson-Zia, available on Amazon in paperback and ebook. Missing is fast-paced and intriguing with an unforgettable twist. Takes place in 4 countries, 2 strangers, 1 target, where truth is an illusion and those you love will be the first go missing. It's available on Amazon in paperback and ebook. Missing by Mia Molson-Zia has garnered great reviews and even beloved and enjoyed by Howard celebrities, including Joanna Cassidy, Forbes Riley, and many others. So grab your copy today for Goes Missing by Mia Molson-Zia, available on Amazon. Also, check out the Mike Wagner Show at themikewagnershow.com on over 30 podcast platforms. Take the Mike Wagner Show with you on any mobile device. Subscribe to the Mike Wagner Show on the YouTube channel. Follow the Mike Wagner Show on Instagram and Twitter today. And for great gift ideas, go to Amazon.com and check out the Mike Wagner Show podcast. And for more great gift ideas, go to Amazon.com/Mia for great books like Missing, Once, and Wrinkles and more, and cool merchandise. Amazon.com/Mia. Check it out today. Don't forget to support the Mike Wagner Show on Anchor FM, PayPal, and the MikeWagnerShow.com. Make sure you do so today. We're here with the amazing Leonard Perlmutter here on the Mike Wagner Show, and talked about as well too with the National Conscience Month. They had a conference last month as well too. And when can we expect another conference from you? And of course, especially not just January, but every month is National Conscience Month.
Well, we will be having other conferences and webinars in the spring, and people can check out our website and come onto our email list just simply by going to americanmeditation.org and then filling out a little form so that they can be on our mailing list. But we do have a wonderful, wonderful course coming up. It's called the Foundation Course. And the Foundation Course summarizes all of the wisdom contained in my two books. The first book, The Heart and Science of Yoga, and the second book, the new book called Your Conscience. So it's distilled into 6 weeks, 2-hour sessions for 6 consecutive weeks, and physicians can even receive 18 continuing medical education credits for attending a class. So it's really marvelous. Of course, the Foundation course is really the oldest mind-body medicine in the world. It's the origin of all Western mind-body medicine, as well as the origin of all Western psychology and psychiatry.
That is rather fascinating. And of course, where can we find your conscience, and where can we find your other material, and also where can we get more information as well too?
Well, right at our website, americanmeditation.org, americanmeditation.org. And on that homepage, you can link immediately to the Foundation course. You can link immediately to information about the book, Your Conscience, and you'll be able to link immediately from that homepage of upcoming webinars and conferences that we will be holding.
And of course, speaking of that, Leonard, what else can we expect from you in 2022 beyond, besides with the upcoming webinars, conferences, and more?
Well, I think that what we're going to be emphasizing is our Sunday meditation. Every Sunday morning from 9:30 to 11 Eastern Time, we have a free guided meditation and a conversation just like you and I are having right now, Mike. It's sort of a philosophical and informational conversation. It's very rewarding, and that's every Sunday from 9:30 to 11 Eastern Time, and everybody will receive a recording free the following day, the following Monday, so you can use those guided meditations and be inspired by those conversations throughout the week. And all of that, the Sunday meditations, the Foundation course, and all upcoming classes and the book can be seen at americanmeditation.org.
We certainly will do so. And once again, we have Leonard Perlmutter back with us on the Mike Wagner Show, talking about National Conscience Month and also upcoming conferences, webinars, and the book, Your Conscience, as well, too. And what is the one last thing you want to tell everybody before we go? So maybe just a couple of pieces of wisdom and everything. So what's the one thing you want to say to us right now?
Most importantly, Mike, is that I'm not here to convince anybody of anything. In fact, I don't want anyone to believe a word that I say. That's the truth. I don't want people to believe what I say because I don't want them to be dependent on me or anyone else outside of them. But if they are interested in the kinds of conversations you and I have been having, and the whole idea of experimenting with your conscience, then I would support your efforts to experiment yourself, to turn your entire mind, body, sense complex into a laboratory for you to use your conscience to determine your thoughts, your words, and your actions, and to evaluate objectively as a scientist and as a doubting Thomas, how do you feel after you used your conscience? Do you feel any better physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually? My experience, Mike, has been I have felt better. I've been doing this practice for over 45 years.
Wow.
And I have tremendous energy, and I'm not a kid anymore. I feel that I'm more creative than I have ever been. I have purpose for waking up every day. And anybody who experiments for just a short period of time, I'm certain will experience the very same. So experiment. Don't just listen to me. Don't just listen to Mike, but experiment as each of us has done in our own lives.
And we certainly will do so, Leonard, as well, too. And a big thank you for your time once again. You're always amazing. Looking forward to having you again soon. Make sure you keep us up to date, keep in touch, and we look forward to having you back. You're always amazing. We wish you all the best and a great future. And of course, is always National Conscience Month.
Thank you. God bless you.